Okay, well, hello everybody. We are just starting the Cockatrice year end for 2025. And my name is Cole, and together hosting and commentating with me is Ryan. Ryan, how are you this morning?
Pretty good. Excited for some good matches, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. We're gonna start the day off with an exciting one. Jund Delirium versus Blue Black Tempo. Um, but before we get too far into that, just a quick overview of kind of why this is being played, who these people are, stuff like that. So we've got Parrot, Robar, No Good Decisions, and they've been playing in the year. They've been playing the weekly, or nope, this is the async bracket. My apologies. And these the async leagues are monthly leagues held on the Canadian Highlander Discord. You can find the link probably if you just Google it. It's gonna be in the stream also. Uh, and basically, these are just number one and two seeds. They've been doing the best overall for the year. They've either been winning asyncs or getting in second, stuff like that. And this is for the 2025 season. And the Discord does host webcam asyncs. They host Cockatrice, MTGO. I don't know how often MTGO fires though. I think it's been happening again pretty recently. But these are just the people who have been doing the best, and just are here today with us. And Ryan, do you want to talk about the year-end tournament, kind of how we've gotten to today?
Yeah, so everyone here qualified by playing in these events and placing well. There were qualifying points for winning weeklies and qualifying points for in the asyncs, making the top 8 of the async cut.
Mm-hmm.
With higher point qualifications being given to people who won the asyncs. So that led into this end of year bracket with everyone based on their points being assigned a seed 1 through 8 in their respective asynchronous or weekly bracket. And with higher point totals going into each round with their choice of play draw, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, if we look at the async bracket, Robar came into the async side of the bracket with the most qualifying points. They won 3 straight, I believe.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah, a lot of qualifying points. So they have had the benefit of being on the play for every single match so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it does only take 1 or 2 wins to potentially make a cut. Like, it is entirely reasonable to hell, I did this on the webcam asyncs where I unfortunately scrubbed out of the event in the first round, but I only won 1 async, and a few top 8 finishes and 1 or 2 others got me to qualifying. So it's very doable.
Yeah, and we're talking about making top cut, but everybody here is only seeing the finals right now. And so basically how this was ran is that it was the same structure for both the Cockatrice and the webcam year-end tournaments, is that it was held over 2 days. And so Parrot and No Good Decisions both won their first 2 rounds, so they immediately just got cut into the top spot for the asyncs. Same thing for Halfdan and E-King. They both won their first 2 rounds in the year-end top cut. And so what'll happen is that basically Parrot and No Good Decisions are playing for the title of, or playing for the async bracket, like top spot, like winning it. And the same thing goes for Halfdan and E-King, but for the weekly bracket. And then they will play against each other in the grand finals. And yeah, that's kind of just a general overview of the tournament, how we've gotten here, why it looks like this. And yeah, just
I believe structure for next year's end of year is yet to be fully finalized, but starting with, I believe, next month, the asyncs and weeklies are going to be or have been even counting for qualifying for those events.
They have been.
Yeah. I believe this weekend's asyncs are not counting because a lot of the players that play here are playing in the event.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to penalize people for being good at last year.
Why not? I'm just kidding. But yeah, no, just a quick shout out though. If you do want to be here or have a shot at playing in this tournament for next year, completely free, proxy friendly. You just go onto the Canadian Highlander Discord, you join, you submit a deck list for the asyncs, and for the weeklies, you just show up in the tournament booth and you play, and you can get qualifier points. So super easy, low cost of entry. Just basically show up.
We should mention for the weeklies, webcam runs Saturday.
Yes.
Cockatrice typically runs Sunday at noon US Central.
Yes. Okay, well, I say we're not missing anything, are we, Ryan?
I don't think so.
If we're not, we can just kind of do a quick overview of both players, the decks they're playing, and kind of our thoughts about how this matchup is going to play out.
Yeah, a little before that though. Yeah. So blue-black tempo here on our async side.
Yeah.
This is that deck we've been talking about. Pero won 3 straight events with this deck, I believe.
Yeah, and he won 3 asyncs in a row with this. I think it was 3 asyncs in a row. I can't remember. But he's had a lot of really good success with the deck. And it was a really good choice into this metagame because half of the Cockatrice top cut was combo, and that's going to be a common theme for this year, and you're going to see a lot of combo. However, there is no combo in these final cuts. It's all mid-ranger control. But still, Parrot is very experienced with the deck. He's doing great with it. You can see it you're going to see a lot of combo tech in the deck list. But Parrot's points are going to be Mox Jet, Mox Sapphire, Dig Through Time, Treasure Cruise, Psychic Frog, True Name Nemesis. So I don't have the most.
A lot of deck decisions when people were picking their decks was also based off of a common thread is having a good combo matchup.
Yep.
These decks all had to go through a lot of combo to get here. Specifically, they played Paradox Academy in one of their earlier rounds in this tournament.
Yeah, because Parrot's first round was against Blue-White Tempo, and he got the 2-0. And then he played against Paradox Academy and got it 2-1. So not really a big issue there, and pretty much standard for what I'd expect of the deck. But with this deck, he's also
widespread.
Widespread, not a recall spread, but also I think the widespread is a little bit better for this deck just because recall's probably not as.
Yeah, you get to take advantage of Frog. The Moxen are doing a lot more work in tempo.
Yep. Yeah, just really being able to get under his opponents a lot more easily with the spread is how I'm looking at it.
Yep.
And also just these are the cards that I think are going to be the killers for combo, like the Back to Basics, the Harbinger of the Tides. He has got the hand attack, he's got the flash evasive threats. There's a lot going on here that made it really favorable for him to get to where he is right now. Yeah. I was gonna say, let me look at this. But Ryan, is there anything else you want to discuss on Parrot's list, or?
I mean, Pero's been just brewing this list for the better part of the last year. Very finely tuned.
Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I suppose that with that being said, then we can just go look at No Good Decisions list.
Yeah.
And they are playing. I'm rooting. I'm sorry, Parrot. I'm rooting for Jund. I'm rooting for Jund Delirium today.
This is a very. They play this list so almost exclusively. Two brewers who have their deck and that's what they play. Another very finely tuned list by deck creator. Yeah, and that has a huge. It's called Jund Delirium, but there's such a huge graveyard package here with Angie's Ravagers being played. We're seeing the land cyclers. Hermit Druid in notable food, so you will only see one of each basic in this list.
Oh yeah, which I saw Hermit Druid, I was like, this is so cool. I get it. It makes sense in this deck, but I'm also like, I just like Hermit Druid. I think it's such a cool card.
Yeah. Also noteworthy to point out survival, and the potential survival chains with anger in the list.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, survival's no points, and it hasn't been for a hot minute now. So why not take advantage of it? But yeah, the spread is we're doing it. It's gonna be double Mox and spread again. Mox Jet, Mox Ruby, Vampiric Tutor, Minsk and Boo, Reanimate. I mean, I don't have much experience with Jund as a deck, but I mean that seems pretty good to me. Like just playing some of the best threats, being able to get your let me see, they're on Metamorphosis Fanatic, are they or no?
Yes, they are.
They are.
Vampiric
Okay.
and Meta fan. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's just huge in this deck, I think.
Yep. I think if we're thinking about this matchup,
yep,
I really like Jund Delirium here. It's got a lot of grind, all of this graveyard interaction with stuff like Rumble is filling up your graveyard, Emperor Bones to get back your Arcana Cruelty, possibly. I think goes under what Blue Black is trying to do.
Yeah,
and just outgrinds them.
Yeah, like we're talking. Oh, you go ahead. I'm cutting you off.
Yeah, especially when Blue Black isn't packing a lot of graveyard interaction here.
Yeah, and like we were talking about this last night, but the big thing with Blue Black is that they usually want to be the aggressive. They don't want to be the control deck. On top of the fact that once you get past some of the better black removal, because Parrot had like Dismember, Snuff Out, Fatal Push, and I can't remember what else, but once you get past some of the better black removal, it's kind of dry. You know, it's kind of rough after that. And against a deck like this, where it's mid range aggro, where it's gonna be the person asking the question. You know, I think that Parrot's gonna struggle with that. But
we'd be remiss not to mention Pero has been playing exceptionally throughout all of the qualifiers, having extremely high conversion rates on their deck. To top cuts, and also having the benefit of being on the play here.
Yeah, being on the play.
It's going to be an uphill battle, I think.
Yeah, and
for no decisions, even though I think that they have the deck that would be favored in a blind into this matchup.
Yeah, like on paper in a vacuum, I think you're going to see Jund Delirium being the deck that will probably people will be like, this is going to be doing better. But Pair's also just proven they're a great player with Blue Black, and I also think that one of the most backbreaking plays that can happen that Parrot can make is finding that early Harbinger of the Seas or that back to basics, because No Good Decisions is only playing 3 basics, and they are playing dorks, but like that's still rough.
Our dork count here is only 3. We're only playing
Birds,
Deathrite, and Iggy.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. They've got Mox and they've got Chrome Mox, but you know, if a back to basics sticks, like what is their move? They've got Abrupt Decay.
I mean, if we're talking about hate enchantments, No Good has Maddening Hex as an option as well.
Yeah, like there's
very, very good card for teching into combo, but also does a lot of work in blue matchups if you can find a way to make it stick.
Yeah, and so I think it's going to be a pretty interesting match to see happen. But honestly, I think that kind of sums up our thoughts on it. We can head on over to the actual gameplay and just see what's happening.
Yeah. Whenever the players are ready.
Yeah. And so as we discussed, because Parrot is the first seed, he does have the choice of being on the play or the draw, and I think there's no reason to not be on the play. Because I mean, unless somebody has decided to play Manaless Reg, like we're good.
Yeah. For logistic reasons, we can see both of their hands, but I believe we are both on a stream delay, and players are not allowed to watch stream. So
yeah. So let's see here.
We will have full hand vision.
Yes.
Harrow, that's a very interesting frog, fetch, and a Mox Jet.
Ooh, with a Thoughtseize as well, but let's see here because
Thoughtseize, Preordain, Brainstorm.
yeah, so they've both
Oh,
kept
they're
a
keeping.
7,
They're both keeping.
and then is
Looks like they're firing a Thoughtseize right now.
Thoughtseize
Oh.
and Thoughtseize, and I mean, what would you take? I feel like Birds is a pretty good one here.
Birds is pretty good. There is a Persist though. Yeah, so you can't really take Ravager potentially.
No, but if you take the
I think
Birds,
yeah, you could take Worldly Tutor because you don't have any counter magic right now.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what
Yep.
that's what he took. Yeah, it's Worldly Tutor just taking the Worldly Tutor just makes his hand like turn to Anya's Ravager, but that's still like just fine.
You do have
Right.
Drown in the Lock potentially for that as well.
Yeah, like I think Parrot's just in a good spot. Probably gonna fetch for a Surveil to find the second land. I'm betting.
I believe we will have to move that revealed hand window.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, because standard play land, birds, pass.
Taiga doesn't do much here as a opening draw. We're already on 2 lands.
Yeah, and it's kind of
It's going to be probably discarded to Angie's Ravager at some point here. One of these extra lands.
yeah, because so what did he? So he kept on
brings in
top.
Otawara, which
That's
hits
a
the
land.
land drop. Yeah. I believe did they bin a card? They did
No.
not. So they saw
No.
that on top with their Surveil.
So we know what everybody's playing right now, and honestly, though, just slamming Psychic Frog here seems pretty great because Parrot knows there's no removal here. It's got to be an uncontested frog, and he's also got the removal in case like he finds something.
Yep. Ooh, finds a Tarn off the Preordain for a Brainstorm shuffle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like I feel like honestly,
Faithless.
Oh, Faithless, yeah,
That's big.
yeah, because if they find the reanimate threat, they can
they can discard it Ravager here.
Yeah, discard Ravager land, and they've got a survival. I don't want to discard that right now.
You can cast Ravager for its madness.
Well, yeah, but then they have to discard their hand.
Only when it attacks.
Oh, when it attacks. Did I read this wrong? I did. Okay. Yeah, no. So commentating team just totally forgetting what that card does. But
Yep.
yeah, I feel like.
And then you're free to play Survival next. You can play your land drop Survival. If the Ravager gets removed, you have Persist for it.
Yeah, this still just feels like really rough though, because this Psychic Frog is just gonna pull weight.
It is. It's maybe only getting 1 swing here.
Yeah, because just Parrot. I feel like Parrot just swings in, tries to. Yeah, because he knows that the Ravager can't block.
There is I think the out here is.
Ooh, that was a really good draw.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, I think your out as Pero here might be a survival chain with the Persist into Archon of Cruelty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's got to be the line here, but I don't think that that's.
I don't think it's making through Counterspell.
No, that's not going to stick. Yeah, he's going to drown the Anya's Ravager embedding. Yeah.
Most likely, yep.
Yeah, just cut that off, make it so that.
I guess if you draw a creature here, you go for the Persist line, right? Or seeing your opponent keep up 2 blue, that is not a Persist.
That is a rough lightning bolt.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's looking that good here. I think you just persist the Anya's Ravager, and then
I think you might have to try.
Yeah.
I don't mind holding we're going to get a Persist on the Ravager.
Yeah, because they just need pressure on the board, and this is just cutting off so much.
Yeah, Counterspell. The good thing about Frog here is we do only have 2 cards there. So, in theory, If Pero ever goes down to 1 card in hand, Lightning Bolt will kill Frog.
Oh, there's a deprive. This is
Yeah,
just,
this is looking a lot like Pero's going to start locking this game down with Psychic Frog looting triggers.
Yep. Oh, there's a Dothy
Or
Voidwalker.
it's
So
looting his draw card, yeah.
there's a so that survival is just not looking the hottest now
Douthie comes out.
because
We're holding up Deprive as
Yeah, no-
interaction, and Pero looks like they're... Ooh,
some
yeah. You can miracle it.
yeah, that lets him. Oh yeah, because then is he miracling this?
They
Yep.
might, yeah.
And then
Which is going to beat Deprive, yeah.
Yeah, that opens up the Lightning Bolt on the Dothy Voidwalker then, so that survival is alive, but I feel like that's still...
Well, kind of. Pero still has 3 cards in hand. You might try and bolt the Douthie.
Oh, and the meta fan is still... Oh, are they?
Yep. They're exiled under Douthie with hit counters on them right now.
Yeah, it looks like he just removed that. He killed the Dothy in response to the Deprive, so that meta fan goes to the yard.
Heads up play there in case you draw...
Yeah, like any reanimate spell, but there's a Lorien. I mean, he just...
Hero is out of counter spells, so...
He is, but he's got this Frog and a Brainstorm with a Fairy Mastermind, which isn't terrible.
A lot of dig potential.
Yeah. Did Parrot not? Oh no, blocked the birds. Okay, that makes sense.
Yep. I wonder if you should have kept the birds there in case you get something like an Eldritch Evolution.
Yeah, now let's see. That's Fire Nation Occupation, Dismember, Mana Leak. So this isn't bad, but I don't really see how... This just looks really rough.
I think any winning line out of coming here is going to be off of a survival line.
Yeah, I just don't see how
we have a meta fan in the yard. A reanimation spell gives you an instant board off of reanimating meta fan. Meta fan coming in, bringing back whatever you needed to bring back. You could bring back Douthie. Or no, it's your own creatures.
Yeah,
you could bring back your own... Is it just Angie's Ravager here?
Yeah, it's just Angie's Ravager right now. Like, any creature is a live draw, but also... I mean, Parrot's got a Mana Leak and a Dismember in hand. Like...
Yeah, Ravager, birds.
That's...
You do have a flashback for Faithless Looting if you break on the draw as well.
Yeah. And, like, the issue is going to be actually sticking something, though. Like, there's... Like, yeah, he can... If he does get the reanimate line, then he can get that, but, like... He's still got to fight through that Mana Leak.
Do we have anything we can do from the graveyard, maybe?
There is Faithless Looting, and that's about it.
Well, I'm thinking of survival.
I mean, survival, I don't even know what you would get. Maybe, like... I don't know, because, I mean, let's look at... I'm going to pull up No Good Decisions list really quickly. I'm just blanking on
I think you really just have to fight through these counter spells.
Yeah. But also staring down a Psychic Frog while doing that is super rough.
No Good did Surveil and leave a card on top. Creature to try to go for a survival line.
Yeah, are they playing any uncounterable creatures?
Don't believe so. I didn't see any. You could grab Bloodbraid Challenger, but you don't have the mana to cast it.
Yeah. Well, Bloodbraid Challenger, and then you could just always, like, survival it and find a land and then go from there.
You could keep escaping it as well if it ever gets countered as well.
Yeah, because let me see here. Okay,
If you're looking to cast something this turn, you know that you've ran into 2 counter spells already.
Mhm.
You might be counting on there just not being counter spells. You could grab Carnage Interpreter. This frog has not gone up counters, so you could go for Carnage Interpreter and hope for just hope for value.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at it because
You're at a healthy-ish life total. If the whole hand gets discarded, you're dead. You're getting hit for 4, and then you're on a effectively 2-turn clock after that. It is Bloodbraid Challenger.
Mhm. Yep, looks like they were kind of on the same thought process as we were. And just going for
Discarding the Challenger.
I wonder if they're going for like
it's gonna be no, it's not gonna be that.
It might just be Overlord of the Bailmer, or no, it's Orcish Bowmasters. Okay.
Makes a lot of sense. You can hold it up, try to force their interaction on their turn, and force them to decide what you want them to deal with.
Yep.
And they don't know if you are planning on flashing the Bowmasters or actually you can't. You don't have more green mana. That's survival. So
yeah, it looks like No Good Decisions is going to flash in this Orcish Bowmasters in their upkeep.
in their upkeep,
Force them to use the Mana Leak.
Yep.
Now it's just going to be about pushing as much damage as possible in this game.
I think you discard Lorien to Frog here. You know your opponent's Hellbent, and it looks like they did not. Yeah.
Well, I think that Harry just wants to make sure they cast their spells.
Yeah,
because I'm betting you that they're getting a Hedge Maze. Okay. Survey will just try and make sure they can find another threat or anything that just make sure they're not having a dead draw so they keep this momentum going.
Harrow is signaling that there is an opening here.
Fear of missing out.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good fear of missing out. That just draws a card, I believe so.
Do we have Delirium in their graveyard right now? I know we have Creature. We have Land.
Creature, land, sorcery, instant, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think Chaos Defiler is an artifact, isn't it?
It is an artifact creature.
Oh, they discarded FOMO to survival, looks like. What are they doing here?
You could go for Emperor of Bones and bring back...
Oh, they're going for Carnage Interpreter. Yeah, that seems pretty good here. Like, you just want to start drawing cards again.
Yep. Doesn't get blown out by the Dismember in Perro's hand.
Yeah.
An Emperor line is... allows you to potentially start reanimating, but...
Yeah, but like, Parrots used one removal spell, I think, right? Like, just drown on the block. So there's going to be... there is Opposition Agent. That is rough, buddy. That is
very good draw.
So, okay,
that might be the nail.
Yep.
But you may not need to do survival lines. If you do a draw off the top here with a land, you can start just casting Bloodbraid Challenger.
Yeah, but like...
It's rough. You're going to want to activate that survival eventually, and Oppo's coming down to get you. Yeah,
it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, that is... Like, this is just one of those...
a Bloodbraid cast.
Oh, but... So they played the Moxer, but they did not keep it for... Oh, they're just doing... Okay, they just wanted that to do the... Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, you're gonna cast Bloodbraid here with the escape.
Okay.
And just see what you get.
Yeah, I wonder if...
Harrow has gone down to 10 in this game off of a combination of fetches, dismembers, so... I believe they shocked in that Watery Grave.
Yeah, they did.
Traverse the Ulvenwald. That is gonna...
They do have Delirium.
They have Delirium, but that's gonna eat an Oppo agent.
Yeah, that's gonna be... That's rough. I feel like Parrot just grabs... Does Parrot just grab their Dothy Voidwalker, or what would you grab here, Ryan?
I think you grab what kills you. You could grab Broadside.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, wait, does that just...
You could grab Broadside, and you're swinging for a lot of damage here.
Yeah, because Broadside swings out, you can throw Oppo for 5, and then that's Frog jumps. That's 3.
You're getting one of
5,
the.
6,
You're
7.
getting Broadside for 2. At least 2 of Oppo and the soldiers are getting through as well.
Yeah. Well, Broadside is lethal because
Broadside for 2. The
because
2 soldiers and the frog is 5.
yeah, but we're assuming that the
Is 7. You throw Oppo for another 5, and that's 12.
yeah.
Because assuming Bloodbraid has to block, it has to block Oppo Agent, which is the most damage.
Yeah. Yeah, because Frog's gonna fly, and yeah, that's gonna be just.
Broadside would be lethal here, and your opponent is dead.
But does Parrot see that?
Yeah. You
Like,
could
even...
also, I mean, so Metafan is already in the graveyard. Archon of Cruelty doesn't seem like a great grab here.
I mean, does
you could grab Pyroglyph or Fury as well.
Yeah, because Pyroglyph hits for 5.
And we grab Emperor of Bones, and that's a conceit.
Yeah, that's more than fair. Okay,
I guess
so
because you can also Emperor of Bones grab Chaos Defiler out of your opponent's yard.
Also, so they were just dead like a million ways to Sunday. This is 1 land from Parrot with a Harbinger, but that's rough. And this is turn 1.
Turn 1 Inti or Dashed Ragavan if you want it.
Yep.
I think here, looking at this land, I think you might imprint the gamble. I don't like.
Yeah.
I think the bottom hand is a keep for sure.
Yeah, the bottom
hand is a keep.
Yeah, I don't think that Parrot wants to keep this, but like they've got they've got Brainstorm, they have Force of Will, so they've got some protection for a fast start, but that's just a losing game still.
You're still only on 1 land, and the opportunity to Brainstorm lock yourself is way too high.
Yeah,
even with the draw.
And like sometimes, like, Parrot might just have a gut feeling that he keeps this hand, which that's gonna be the case.
And he does. Okay.
Because how many lands is Parrot playing in his list?
Chromox is going to be cast. Will this eat a Force of Will?
Nope, it does not.
We are imprinting Gamble.
Yeah, and Parrot's playing.
It'll be interesting to see if we go for a Ragavan or Inti.
I feel like he's gonna go. I feel like Inti, and then you can push more damage next turn. But also, like, turn 1 Ragavan just hits so hard.
Inti builds to the board longer term. It is going to be Dashed Ragavan.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I guess, you make your mana, because the issue, competing problem here is between Inti and Rotting Regisaur.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of pressure on your hand. Inti is great for pushing damage, but not a huge grind card unless you're getting value out of the discard.
That's fair. And let's see here. What is the exiling, though?
That's going to be Ragavan is going to be Force of Willed.
Yeah. But what does Parrot exile? Maybe just like he's a long way away.
I think it's the Quantum Riddler.
Yeah, personally. That's my gut feeling as well. Because Baleful Strix is just going to eat an attacker. Harbinger is going to be game over. Exile's the opt, which is it's
interesting on this land count.
Yeah, but
question for you here. Would you maybe think about not casting Brainstorm here and just trying to go for a Surveil? You need to dig deeper.
Yeah, I feel like I would do Surveil to make sure I don't brainlock myself first. Because Parrot's only on 32 lands, one of which is a flip card, modal card.
Yep. And we're gonna see Inti coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Blood Crypt tapped.
Yeah.
Which is, I believe, going to see a fetch in response.
Yeah, it's gonna be that. Just been anything that's not a land or a mana source.
Yep.
They bend a
Sauron's Ransom.
Yeah.
Yeah, not what you want to see here. Dread Fugue. Yeah, you got to brainstorm.
yeah, because you've got this remand here, but
Oh,
this is. I think
Oh.
that Parrot. I would not blame Parrot for scooping right now.
I would not either. If you see your opponent put those cards back and then not play a land, you know that your next 2 draw steps are going to be
mhm.
A-okay.
Yep. Yeah, and there's a Worldly Tutor here, so that might just hold it for Metafan.
Looks like we are going to cast Regisaur. You could hold Tutor and cast it to the Regisaur trigger on your own upkeep.
Yeah, I feel like that's just like the best line here because that's just an instant board. Because he goes that 11, 9. He's starting lethal next turn if is the big thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
and we're going to go to game 3.
Yep, totally. That's
totally understandable.
That was a rough brainstorm.
You just needed your opponent not to have any follow-up creatures after Inti with that brainstorm keep, and yeah.
Yep, and let's see this hand here. Okay, so Parrot's got lands, but that's a Gloomlake Verge, so no black. Looks like they're both, because it looks like that Wasteland will be rough for, because only blue, but he's got a Ledger Shredder. Yep, that's kind of what I thought. I feel I would be so, I agree with that, Mulligan. I'd be so wary of any hand like that after the last game.
I'd be willing to keep
5.
this on no good decisions here. And it looks like you did keep, considering Pero has gone to 5. So
yeah. See, because Para's got Underground River, Lorien Reveal, Dreadfugue, Brainstorm, Frog, and then
the downside of this hand for Pero is, or sorry, for no good decisions is you don't do anything on turn 2 if your opponent doesn't play a fetch.
Yeah, but I think that's still what are you looking for?
Oh no, we're still on a 5.
Yeah, we're still on a 5. I think I'd be binning Lose Focus and oh god, probably.
I mean, honestly, you're on 1 land here. You need so you have to play the Underground River.
Yeah.
And Island Cycle Lorien, which means you're not Dread Fuging on turn 1, so bottoming it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and also just Dread Fugue, at least for me, whenever I play against these decks, it's I see after turn 1, I would bottom I would bottom the Dread Fugue because you know that this deck plays on 3 a lot.
Yep. Feed the Cycle is going to be an unconditional pop removal spell for whatever no good tries to do here.
Yeah, and honestly, I could see this just feed the cycle or feed the cycle. You
need to pay a black or exile 3 cards from your graveyard.
Yeah. Oh, and there's a Psychic Frog, so this is looking pretty good. That feed the cycle.
We do have the Fatal Push. We do have a Fatal Push.
Yeah.
So that will always hit Frog regardless. You might fire off Fatal Push here, considering you don't have lands to do.
Yep.
And just get Frog out of the way right now.
Yep. Yeah, no, more than fair. And then honestly,
You have a funny line. We still don't have any lands in the graveyard for your Deathrite Shaman. Your only legal play is Animate Dead. You could Animate Dead your opponent's Psychic Frog.
Yeah, that seems pretty good here, but
it's going to eat a Lose Focus probably, but
yeah, no, 100%. You're not going to let the Animate Dead resolve.
You try. You have to keep the pressure on.
Yeah, and I mean, I think here what I would do is I would maybe I would let this resolve and then I would kill my own Frog because I've got 2 removal spells in hand.
Looks like we're just going to let Lose Focus hit.
Yeah, that's fine. I was going to say at least in or maybe he's going to just kill the Deathrite Shaman end of turn. Actually, it seems better. Fire Nation Ob. Yeah, that's a threat. That works.
Yeah. I think I do like holding the counterspell more than firing the removal off.
Yeah.
Yeah, more
Ooh, and
than
there's
the removal. Black Cleave Cliffs.
yeah, but now we
That'll
know
let you
that
cast Ursine, I think.
Ursine or
Barrowglyph.
Barrowglyph or Necromancy, which honestly, like, all of those are rough. Yeah, because I think that the game plan here is Barrowglyph. If it dies, Necromancy Barrowglyph. See what happens.
Yep. Barrowglyph is we're gonna see enchantment off animate dead. Instant off lose focus. I believe there's a psychic frog creature in the graveyard.
Yeah, enchantment, instant
And
creature, sorcery. So it's gonna be a 4/5.
yeah.
That's a big Glyph.
Yeah.
Still dies to oh, actually this is really cool because now that Mana Leak was great.
Dismember will cleanly kill a Barrowglyph here.
Yeah.
You might need to do it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it's just gonna be so rough because like you already know that Minskin Boo is coming down as soon as the land hits the yard.
Pero is I believe unaware of the Minskin Boo.
Yeah, he doesn't know about the Minskin Boo.
They only know. I don't think they know. They don't know the hand.
Yeah, no.
We bought him the Dreadfuge. So
yeah, like I know that Parrot doesn't know what's in that hand, but it's just like seeing this, it's like watching like a horror movie you've seen before and you know the ending, and it's like, no, don't do it, don't go outside, like
yeah.
it's
On the note of other problem cards for Pero, look at that Abrupt Decay.
I know
That I don't think Pero is running any creatures with more than a 3 mana value. I think that hits their entire deck, except for Murktide.
Yeah, like this Abrupt Decay
Murktide and Quantum.
Yeah, this like Abrupt Decay is gonna do so much work.
It's your insurance plan. You have yeah.
I was gonna say this is that Fire Nation Occupation is doing really good work right now.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Necromancy Barrowglyph.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now and Parrot's just killing it right away, so that's
yeah. We are potentially running into an issue with as no good decisions where if we continue to not draw lands, we're looking at 2 4-drops that are uncastable in our hand.
Yeah, and like, but the thing is here, that's a Bloodstained Mire, which is really, really awkward because you don't want to get
Pero might hold that long term.
Yeah,
and just not activate it.
Oh, and there's a Misty
no good drew their own fetch land. So
yeah, like honestly, this is
maybe fire off.
Mm-hmm.
Do you even fire off the Minskin Boo here, or do you try to fish for a response?
I think that let me see here because
we know about the counter spell. If you're playing Jund Delirium,
I think I would expect something, but they've used 2 removal spells,
2 counter spells,
2 counter spells,
lose focus, and
I don't think I think I would just try and slam the Minskin Boo. They've got 1 card in hand.
We do go with the Pyroglyph first, actually. Looks like he is concerned about removal or counterspell, and rightfully so.
Yeah, and I think here's when
you're going to be unable to pay 3.
This is actually kind of crazy because that's 8 damage on board, so that Minskin Boo is going to be on blocking duty. Wait, they just have fire bending, I think. They don't have any like fire breathing, right?
No.
They've been oh, there's a Cling to Dust.
Cling helps you in a damage race. We're going to see a full swing. You're going to go to 3. So you're going to need to block at least 3 of these fire soldiers.
Yeah, and like also the other thing is that Cling to Dust. Okay, so Deathrite Shaman's the ability that you exile the land to make mana, that's not a mana ability. So Parrot can exile the land for whatever he targets, and just deny that. But that doesn't matter here. That is something to consider. There's a price of progress. Okay. You see, that's 6. That kills Nogus. That's a dead draw.
Well, you could use it to draw the game and force a game 4.
That's so funny.
Price of progress does allow you to. We're going to see Ursine probably coming out on blocking duty. It looks like they're going to be forced to use Abrupt Decay on a soldier token, but it's not going to matter because Cling to Dust is going to make another soldier token.
Yep, I think that Parrot's going to advance to the grand finals.
It sure is looking like it. Coming back from what looked like a hopeless situation.
Yeah, that's just masterclass of gameplay.
Fire Nation Occupation being an MVP in this game.
Yeah, no, Fire Nation Occupation is a messed up Magic card if you can get the full value out of it.
Because Abrupt Decay can't save you here.
Nope, because either way...
You do have Deathrite Shaman, potentially.
Oh, yeah.
And they're showing their hand.
Yeah, Parrot's taking this 2-1 onto the grand finals.
Yeah, your hope was you can find a way to deal 8 damage to Pero and price of progress both players to force another game. You're playing for backup there.
Okay. And then it looks like let me check the... Now, how did Sai say that we're gonna... Yeah, so Parrot gets it, and then we're just gonna... Let me see, what... Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to be on a quick 5-minute break here for our next players to get in, and
we'll come in.
We're gonna
come in and talk about the Jeskai mirror. Well,
Jeskai Black. And these two lists are actually very different.
Yeah, 40 card difference. We'll get into that more once we get back from the break.
Yep.
Okay. And welcome back. Ryan, are you ready for the second game?
I sure hope so. It's going to be a blue versus blue matchup. So,
what are you talking about?
You always make my head hurt a little bit. I am not a blue player, so
I was told Jeskai is dead.
Okay. Me too.
But
I was told that Mystical to 2 was a nail in the coffin for it, but I think as we're about to see with these deck techs, that's not quite true.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, Pero bringing down the async bracket as the async winner, and they will be facing whoever wins this next matchup in the finals.
Yeah,
congratulations to Pero on the very close game, and that third game was a hell of a comeback. From a mull to 5, we thought they were dead on board.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that was a great game. Just all around played really well. And now we get to see Jeskai Black versus Jeskai Control. So that's going to be interesting to see. But I was going to say that this is the one where this is going to be the interesting game, just because when we were looking at the decks initially, there was a lot of teching for the combo metagame. But so I was
on that note, do we want to start looking at Halfdan's list?
Yeah, let's go for it. So first thing to remember about Halfdan, Jeskai Control, when you look at this list, you're going to notice a lot of anti-combo cards, which, a lot of it also does work, but Halfdan is seed 4 in the weeklies bracket. Qualifying point decks, Jeskai Control, Esper Tempo, but they decided to bring Jeskai Control to this. Before this, they beat World Gorger Combo 2-0, and then they also beat Oath Slushy Combo 2-1. But yeah, Half Dance just solid blue player, kind of showed up later in the season. Just super high win rate at most events, and just really kind of made things work for him with the decks that he plays. And not a new player either. He's been around for a while, just kind of came back recently. But the biggest thing I want to call out in this list, which Ryan and I talked about this last night, I was like, this is pretty neat. Halfdan is playing both Red Blasts, Pyro and Red Elemental Blast. So that's going to be really good. But they're also on typical recall spread, Ancestral Recall, Dig Through Time, Treasure Cruise, which is fine.
Notably, swapping off of the after the Mystical Tutor Fourth Aerlingus spread got added a point, and you could no longer run both.
Yeah.
It's very interesting seeing what the blue players, how they're adapting to that. A lot of them are choosing these ancestral spreads with a different 2 points. Some of them are just dropping the Fourth Aerlingus. It'll be interesting to see how this ends up shaping out over the next couple weeks to months of deck building outside of this event as well.
Yeah, and like Halfdan's kind of going more for the more card draw power in the deck. He's playing the One Ring, he's playing Fable, playing Big Teferi, stuff like that. Notably, not playing some of the bigger Jeskai threats, so he's lower to the ground. No Murktide, no Aragorn, no Pyrogoyf. A lot more of that combo stuff, which makes sense. But I'm wondering how that's going to play out with, against Jeskai Black.
Yeah, but there are actually a lot of notable cards that Halfdan has foregone. They have cut Path to Exile in favor of Oust, which is a very interesting meta choice for Oust, just being able to be, I guess, more efficient in the anti-aggro aspect, where it doesn't give your opponent a land resource, instead just gives them life and puts the card a little bit on top. Much more of a tempo play than it is a more traditional control list.
Yeah, like I'm kind of looking at this and like it's kind of that midpoint between control and tempo. I feel like it's got, like you're talking about Get Lost. It's also got stuff like Stern Scolding. I'm trying to think of what else they're playing.
Some other anti-combo cards that are doubling and probably being very effective in this matchup against control is Ashiok and Narset.
Yeah. Oh, also just like the fact that Halfdan's playing against a 4-color deck that really, really needs all of its colors. So I think Aven Mind Sensor and Shadow of Doubt will probably do pretty good here.
Yeah. Designed for the combo matchup, but not bad.
Yeah, it does fine in this matchup still.
Yeah.
But the low threat count is what's getting me. I feel like this is gonna be, I'm just gonna say it right now, this is gonna be a long game. I think that this game's gonna take a bit. I feel like the One Ring is gonna do work, but I also feel like it's gonna be a little bit risky. But I think overall, like this is still Jeskai. It's gonna be doing the Jeskai things.
Yep. Yeah. And just taking a quick look at E-King's list, this is a much more what you've seen in traditional Jeskai Black control. We're more higher on the Terminus spread because we are running Mystical. The big difference is Mystical versus Treasure Cruise Dig Through Time in the points.
Yep.
And we do get to run Hand Attack. Jeskai Black, the big reason, really helps against combo, getting to run Duress, Inquisition, Thoughtseize. Doughty and Oppo don't hurt either. I do want to point out in a lot of these blue matchups, the graveyard ends up being somewhat important. So cards like Douthie and your Graveyard Hate are not as dead as they might seem at first glance. So cards like Ghost Vacuum are, as a long-term value engine, as the game goes on, your threats, you trade threats in, they go in the graveyard. Ghost Vacuum is a very potentially potent card to look out for that could steal some of these games.
Yep. Yeah, and also kind of, I really want to talk about E-King's, history, because she threw everybody for a loop in this tournament. Like her main decks are like Naya monsters, like D&T. So this is really showing that a skill range that she's not just like, I can only play these decks. She's like, I can also just switch it up entirely, which is huge. But I think will also help her just because those skills of being like an aggro, more to play to the board style player. She's got to understand what to do. But she's also a newer player. Joined the server early this year, but yeah, she usually plays those D&T creature aggro decks. But I mean, just like for me, like in the Jeskai versus Jeskai Black matchup, Jeskai Black is favored. It's just a bigger control deck. And she's got the Murktide, she's got the Aragorn, she's got the Hieroglyph, she's got all these really big threats that were gonna be pretty good. But and also just Mystical Terminus. Mystical is a flexible card on this deck list. I don't really have much to say. This is a really pretty stock deck list with some like the meta choices being a combo deck.
Yep.
Like
I think it'll be a very there are two very different approaches at blue-based control strategies.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see how it'll turn out.
Yeah, and just like in general, like in these mirrors,
are
the biggest thing
are
is
the players ready?
Are the players ready? Yeah, I think it's really just going to come down to player pilot skill along with who's going to draw more cards.
Yep.
Yeah, and so we will.
Looks like the players are ready.
Yeah, so we're going to get to see this, and I hope everybody's ready for some blue pilot action.
Notable that the winner of this matchup will be playing into blue-black tempo, so very good practice for this matchup, regardless of how.
Yeah, so okay, let's see. 3 land. Oh, this is like not a bad Jeskai Black hand. I was gonna say because gotta talk about who's going. We gotta tell people who's going first because
right, yeah.
Halfdan was seed 4, E-King was seed 6. So Halfdan does get to choose player draw. This is Halfdan.
Force of Will is traditionally a very good card. Does it lose a lot of value in the control mirror just because of resources?
Yeah, just like it's gonna be less good in the blue mirror just because you're not really playing against an unfair strategy. And also just again, like if you go down to like if you go get low on cards in hand, it's gonna be a little bit more rough for you to get back just because your opponents, if they have more cards in hand, it's gonna be better for them. But
I do like that E-King has kept a Ghost Vacuum here.
Yeah. And this is gonna be kind of rough because Halfdan has the Wasteland. But like I mean, E-King doesn't really care because she's got
she does have and decent draw as well.
Yeah, but the thing here is that Halfdan could just go Wasteland, the Undercity Sewers, keep up the Mist Up for the Brainstorm or Preordain, and that would be a pretty big tempo play. And that would be pretty great here, honestly, for them.
Do you want to hold the Misstep for the 2, like some of your 1-mana removal spells, possibly?
You could.
Yeah.
At least in my head,
yeah,
that just puts you so far ahead of E-King, though.
And we're finding a basic planes. Looks like we're prioritizing keeping Reprieve and Loose Focus active.
Which is fine, because you're going to be the aggressor here. So they're going to go for the tap down to the land, which is fine. Just super tempo play, which is all good.
You could respond to this with a Brainstorm.
Yeah, because you've got the fetch in hand, so it's not the worst.
You're only gonna get to put one card back with the fetch instead of two.
Mhm.
But
And we're misstepping the brainstorm here, which that's fine.
I think that's a reasonable play.
Yeah, I think that all this is really got to do is probably Hallowed Fountain or Hallowed Fountain Arid Mesa. I feel like I do Hallowed Fountain Preordained just because you get to keep the Surveil then.
Mhm.
But yeah, he's gonna draw half down a card. He's gonna go down to 3. 4, my bad. I can't count apparently. Oh, but there's
Caracas is not irrelevant here.
no
If
Croc.
well, it's not relevant yet, but in E-King's list, there are a few. There's Aragorn is a notable legendary. They're both running Flage, Ragavan.
Yeah.
A decent chunk of your threats are hit by Caracas.
Yeah,
Detrimentally.
like this Crocus is gonna be live, but I'm looking at this as more like E-King has got a lot more cards in hand, a lot more card draw. They've used no interaction.
Mhm.
You know, like that was a tempo play for Halfdan, but they're already down cards in hand, being on a mold of 6,
You do have a Wasteland. You could waste out their Thundering Falls
which I feel like the Wasteland
and
is
build
gonna,
up counter.
yeah, like I
Like
feel
the
like
Wasteland is going to lose value as time goes on. So
yeah, I feel like you just yeah, because that's just gonna be again tempo play. I
mhm.
think that's how you've got to play this matchup.
2 Force of Wills at this point.
Yeah. I mean, there's Triumph, there's Preordain. I don't think Eking cares about any of this, truthfully.
Yeah.
Like this is
I
gonna be
think you can take this slow. I think you can just play
yeah.
a tap Triumph and either Preordain or Ghost Vacuum.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd do Ghost Vacuum because I mean, like again, who cares? Like
5
this,
in the graveyard is starting to get to delve range, and starting to eat that up early helps.
mhm. Yep.
Looks like we're just gonna pass it back. Okay.
Yeah. Captain
Not
gets
wanting
the
to get
snap.
into a counterspell battle, make
Yeah, which actually kind of makes this better because I mean, Halfdan doesn't get to reprieve anything. Oh, there's
waste their mana.
yeah, there's a Ragavan. I think that either way, that's gonna be a losing battle, but
Probably, but you don't know about the Caracas yet. So
no.
it is fighting against expressive iteration. Because you do only have the one red source.
Yeah, and this might be the reprieve here.
Mhm.
Just because again, tempo play, but
You don't know that your opponent has any more lands in hand. You could reprieve it and hope to deny them a land drop.
mhm. Yeah, but it looks like it's just resolving here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still just typical blue mirror. Nothing's happening really yet. It's just kind of
I don't know. We had a counterspell battle on turn 1 or turn 2, I believe,
oh yeah, but
with
I would
upkeep rainstorm and yeah.
I don't know, I wouldn't call that a counterspell battle. I think it was just Halfdan trying to do tempo plays, trying to dig deeper for a threat, but that is evasive action. Okay.
So
That's be
shocking in a hollow fountain.
which I'm betting you that's gonna be oh, there's
It's holding
passing.
up
Okay.
evasive action. Because
There's a one ring.
you have your evasive action, I believe, has a CM or 4 land types now.
Yeah. This is gonna be a rough one because I feel like this one ring's not gonna resolve. And
Well, you do have the force of will.
Halfdan has the
Halfdan is
force of will.
casting it with the and counting on the force backup, not knowing
Yep.
that E-King, she also has force backup.
Yeah, this is gonna open up
Do you chuck I think you chuck the dress down here?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is just blowout. Because now you just get to do Ragavan, swing out, do an expressive eviction. You've got there's a Snapcaster. Does Snapcaster hit anything relevant? I don't think so. I think I would.
You can hold it, maybe hit evasive action with it. It's not doing anything relevant right now, other than just.
I mean,
hard to hold up.
The thing here, though, is that Eking is stuck on lands. She knows there's like Caracas out now, so I feel like Ragavan, just get your hit in, is gonna be correct. And then you can expressive try to find more
treasure.
Lands.
Yep. Looks like we're gonna open expressive instead.
And that's cool. I think either way, it's not a super big deal. But I think that I think I would try to get my hits in when I can, but I don't know.
The downside being that if you hit like a counter spell or something off of expressive, you don't have the mana to cast it. You only have the mana to play a land, and you're going full tap out.
Yeah, and she did find the Wooded Foothills, so that's just going to be Ragavan still. Puts a stock up in hand. So yeah, that's going to be...
I think we're just holding the Ragavans at this point.
Yeah, the Thundering...
You could get your hits in now, but Halfdan doesn't know they need to keep Caracas up for Ragavan yet.
Oh, that's true.
So you keep that information hidden.
Yeah, there's a important, which that's going to be fine. Oh, looks like stream quality is going down a little bit, but that's fine. It happens. Yeah, it's just kind of... I mean, this is kind of the thing about Blue Mirrors, right? Like, they don't... It's kind of going in and out, but it could also be my end that's doing it. Ryan, are you noticing anything?
Everything's fine for me.
Have you noticed any drops in quality yet?
No.
Oh, that's my end then. But yeah, it looks good. I mean, this is the Blue Mirror. Nothing really needs to happen for a while. Everybody's got time. Like,
I mean, the Ghost Vacuum is gonna start eating Halfdan's Graveyard, which it's not at a manageable size yet, but it's gonna eventually start getting there. And Flooded Strand is not the draw that you want to see there.
No, and this is kind of where, like, when I saw Halfdan's hand, I was like, this is... Ooh, there's an Inquisition. That's gonna... I see no...
You reprieve it to make them... Because they can't recast it easily this term unless they fetch with Foothills.
Yeah, there's just...
I mean, which is doable. You have almost perfect mana right now, but...
Yeah, but, like, also the thing is, like, do you actually want to do that? Because, like, you get, like, a threat for the next draw, and either you can keep it in your library and have it be semi-protected, or you just lose the reprieve here.
I mean, you don't know. You could draw a land off the reprieve, or something that's like you could draw a Murktide that doesn't get hit with Inquisition.
Yeah, but like, no, because Halfdan doesn't play Murktide. Most of Halfdan's threats are...
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, Halfdan's not really playing any threats. Yeah, but like, still, that's just such...
I guess I don't see the reason not to reprieve it, is the point.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they just let it resolve, though. Okay.
Yeah, because either way, they're probably losing a card.
Yeah. And the Ragavan is going to eat the bounce.
Yeah, I mean, like, this is honestly just one of those games where I personally, from speaking from experience, if Halfdan does not find something, this game is just they're just so far behind. It's going to be near impossible because, I mean,
but they have cards because they have draws that are outs. All it take is like 2 to 3 draws, and you could be right back in this. Something like a dig through time could get you there.
I don't think that Halfdan has that time though, because if you look at Eking's hand, there's a stock up and a Snapcaster. with cantrips in yard, there's a Ragavan that's held off by the Caracas, but you've also got to worry about the inevitability of Ghost Vacuum. Like, there's an expressive iteration in yard. I don't think this game, this is just kind of waiting for the results at this point. Like, I don't, outside of something insane happening, but
yeah. You would have to build back up your card advantage really quickly.
Yeah, and like Halfdan gets 3 turns to cut. Could have three really good draws and 3 turns to get back in it. But the issue is that E-King also gets 3 turns, and they've been casting Stock Up, they've been casting Snapcaster, all that stuff, right? Like,
yes.
So it's not really
casting out the Ragavan just to force a Caracas decision on your opponent's turn.
And there is an Oculus. That's pretty freaking good here.
Yeah, I mean, this is, as I was talking about, though, it does only take 1 good draw. E-King, I don't believe, has any removal in their graveyard, which...
Nope.
And so this Snapcaster isn't answering the Oculus.
No, but there is a Stock Up which could find something pretty easily.
It could, but you're getting at minimum 1 draw off the Oculus, and then you are having... you're going to have to spend 3 mana on the Stock Up, and then you only have 2 mana left over after stocking up, so...
Well, yeah, but that's still just enough sometimes, because, I mean, like...
Yeah. There's no guarantee you find the exact removal you need, because you're going to need, I think, exactly an exile removal spell for Oculus specifically.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's like Swords and Path, and I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, there's like Fatal Push, but like, I'm just trying to think of what else. Because
we run Leyline Binding could do it.
Yeah, there's like there's enough here that like I'm not super concerned about the Oculus sticking around for long. I think that the issue is just that
I'm a little bit concerned here because it gives you enough time with the Ragavan no longer being an issue. You don't have to tap Caracas. You don't have to hold Caracas for Ragavan anymore. Ragavan's just kind of stun locked by the Oculus itself. You've regained. You have a mana advantage now. You don't have the card advantage, which is rough. So E-King does have a few turns with Stock Up to try to get out of this Oculus, but
yeah, like Oculus was probably the perfect draw, but
yeah, I think it's either Oculus or Dig or Cruise. Oculus, Dig, or Cruise were going to be your big draws there.
Yeah,
or Recall, but
yeah, I'm just like, it looks like the card underneath Morph card is gonna be Supreme Verdict, which just does nothing here, which is actively bad. Because Supreme Verdict, kill my own Oculus, that is not very good.
They have drawn a meticulous archive off the top, and they've been to consult the star charts.
Yeah, like that's not what you want to see here.
I mean, you can hit it with Snapcaster too. So
yeah, like this is free Surveil, lets to dig 1 deeper off the Stock Up.
Yep. You're hoping for Path or Swords here?
Yeah, Path, Swords is something about see find those because you are now at a point where you're on a 3-turn clock at the most.
You have a lot of looks at it, but this could drain their resources somewhat significantly.
Oh yeah, no, it definitely is, but like they're going to be looking at a lot of cards. There's a reason why Stock Up is such an insane card in the most of the formats it's played in. Like
it's a completely unpointed dig through time.
Yeah, it's
mini dig through time.
Yeah, mini dig through time sorcery, always 3 mana, which is still fine, but there's a Fatal Push and a Pyroglyph, which I think,
Pyroglyph, we do have artifacts, instant sorcery, land.
Creature.
We're missing creature.
Yeah.
You could throw the Ragavan at the Oculus and hope they just block with it.
She doesn't have black.
Not this turn, but not for the Fatal Push, but for turning on Delirium for the Pyroglyph. Or the 5 damage for Pyroglyph.
Yeah. And I'm just there's no reason to block when you have Caracas. So that Ragavan's never hitting the yard.
Worth a shot. Always give your opponent the chance to misplay.
Oh yeah. But yeah, this is looking rougher and rougher. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't think that
deeper with Parlor.
Mm-hmm. What have they been? Otawara? Yep, that sounds about right. Oh,
what a top deck here.
That was a good draw.
So yeah, I mean, I guess we were saying E-King could looks like they have it unlocked, but
dude, this is
turns out Neptan draws runner Oculus recall.
My gosh, this is just it's a fury,
somewhat disappointing recall, but you take it.
That's still fine. You got past 2 lands and you draw a fury in case they have some insane card, but this is fantastic. This is a great draw.
Oh yeah.
My gosh. Man, I wish I was this lucky. But yeah, I think that
you're still looking for a way to maybe enable Fatal Push.
Yeah, I think that fetch land is fantastic. You just auto kill the Oculus. You probably
okay. So here's a line you could take. You could Pyrogoyf the Manifest token to turn on Fatal Push and Fatal Push the Oculus.
Fatal Push is only if leaves your battlefield.
Oh, it's only your?
Yeah, Revolt is a permanent.
Permanent you controlled.
That's good. There's a plateau, which
see, this is why Magic players can't read.
That's okay. It's just because we're in Iowa. What is the line here? I mean, Snapcaster.
You could snap for Consult. Doesn't seem horrible.
Yeah, Consult can hit 6.
Consult gets you the deepest, I believe, and you really just do need 1 card.
Yeah, because I feel like you would need to do
it'll leave you with 1 mana or 2 mana, because you can still play.
You don't play the plateau because if you hit fetch land,
you can activate Fatal Push.
You play your lands post spell. Yeah. Honestly, a Wasteland would be pretty great here. Yeah, because
they do play the Plateau main phase.
Yeah, instant sorcery, land, artifact. Wait, no, they just have enough to kill Oculus. Yeah, instant no, we can't count either, Ryan. They have
land, artifact.
Artifact.
I only count 4.
Yeah.
I only count
instant sorcery.
Instant sorcery.
Oh my gosh, I can't count.
Artifact. Yeah, I count 4.
Just ignore me, okay? I've never said I was good at math once.
Hey.
Ryan,
if we have an illiterate if we have an illiterate person and someone who doesn't know math, it cancels out. We
we're like one. Yeah, we're like one normal intelligence person.
Snapcaster on. Let's see what gets flashed back.
I
wager it'll be Consult.
Yeah.
I don't see anything else here that does as good as it. Stock Up goes almost as deep, but you go down to 1 mana remaining instead of 2.
Well, this is also instant speed. Because it looks like
Oh, this is on E-King's turn. Okay.
Yeah. No, this is on Halfdan's turn.
Yeah.
Because Halfdan's just swinging out right now.
Okay. Oh, what this is going to do, you're going to block a Manifest token to turn on your Fatal Push.
Oh, yep.
And target the evasive action for...
Honestly, pretty heads up.
I guess, yeah, installation. Yeah.
Yeah, because now if Halfdan goes for the goes for the Fury, which I wouldn't blame one bit. It just gets evasive action, and yeah.
Well, you just don't cast the Fury at this point.
Well, Fury still puts lethal on board, though.
I guess. I mean, knowing that evasive action has been selected, you just don't cast it.
Yeah, no, you don't cast the Fury at this point, but she's going down to 1, though. That's really scary.
You have to, at this point, play Pyroglyph as a blocker for the Manifest token.
Oh. She also just gets to make her own Oculus now. Oh, but that just gets blown out by Fury, which she doesn't know about, but the safer play obviously is going to be...
I mean, you activate it at sorcery speed on your turn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not completely dead. You can respond after that. After the Fury's been cast, you can then Pyroglyph your opponent's Fury, and you're left with a Pyroglyph.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, you just need to remove the token at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a Thoughtseize, which is dead card right now, unless Eking thinks she has no chance at this point, but doesn't seem.
I mean, you can't even cast it.
Yeah. Yep, just a Pyroglyph for the Manifest and probably cast Rag of.
Holding out for value, probably, because I don't think Ragavan does anything.
Yeah.
Don't let your opponent control whether it's in your hand or on the battlefield. If you need to discard it to an effect, you'd rather have it on your hand for, like, if you draw your own Fury, for example, and you need to pitch cast it.
Yeah. Also fades the also picks a counterspell in hand.
Yep.
Okay, so this game 1 has gone for half an hour already.
It's a tight fought battle.
There's this Tamio, which that's pretty decent here.
It's an engine.
Well, also now just Halfdan, it can just
Fury does not deal with the Pyroglyph. It makes it so that the Pyroglyph can't attack potentially.
Yeah. But now the issue here is that the inevitability of Ghost Vacuum is going to come out in spades, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that Halfdan is casting Fury here because Caracas Tamio is just no damage ever.
Yeah.
Like, this Pyroglyph doesn't matter, period, anyways.
Yeah, so Ghost Vacuum can take out your Snapcaster, and you'll get a Snapcaster trigger for something as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think this game is just gonna revolve down to when this Ghost Vacuum pops.
Mm-hmm. It looks like we're just continuing to exile cards out of Halfdan's graveyard, and that Eking sees no reason to pop it yet.
Yeah. Which, I mean, truthfully speaking, why would you?
Not a live draw there. Steam Vent is not what you want to see.
Oh,
swinging.
She is swinging, and yeah, I think that might just be game over.
Not quite.
Well, if
Halfdan needs to find a way to deal a point of damage somehow.
Well, so the thing is that she's gonna pop this Ghost Vacuum, make an Oculus. She'll get 2 bodies. She'll have 2 bodies on the board, but the thing is that this Fury. Oh wait, no, she can't kill this. He can't kill this turn.
Correct. We will get a Oculus trigger before Fury can come down.
Yeah,
which is going to be killed by the Fury, but
yeah,
we will be at a point where we're seeing a Pyroglyph face down a Fury.
Mm-hmm.
And as it stands, they'll trade with each other.
Yeah. And like, I mean, now there's also the Tamio engine going, and
yeah, at this point, all you can really do is just, as Halfdan, is just swing with Tamio and let your grind be better than theirs.
yeah. Yeah, no, I don't know how I feel about pocketing that ghost vacuum early, even with the not knowing what's my opponent's hand. I feel like I would have kept it up for a little bit.
I would
But,
have liked to have exiled my own Snapcaster.
Yeah, and like I think that this is all just like, you know, we've got perfect information. We're
yeah,
like
I
we're
would have liked to
just,
held off a turn, exiled my Snapcaster, and been able to crack it, Snapcaster, and hit Fatal Push on my opponent's Tamio.
yeah. And like again, this is all just perfect information. We know exactly where this game is going. There's just swords underneath of this. But like, okay, there's a dress down, which doesn't.
Dress down is actively not great here, actually. Because it will go to your yard and make your opponent's Pyrogoyf a 6/7 instead of a 6/5, which is very relevant for the Fury trade.
However, dress down makes Pyrogoyf into a 0/1. So he can.
Yes. Yeah. It'll win you the trade if they block.
Kill the Oculus token. Yeah. Yeah. Which I mean, okay. Let's see here. What does the judge call over then?
I believe it was a missed Oculus trigger, maybe.
I was to say because on
failure to maintain game state here. What's going on?
Yeah. You know, I mean,
because we sacrificed Ghost Vacuum, we put Oculus into play, we got our trigger in the
so it was
upkeep.
probably something. Yeah, it had to have been something with Halfdan's, I'm betting, yeah, but I don't know what's.
Then Halfdan has gone to their turn. They've drawn Dress Down per turn.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the order here, if you look at the log, what was the issue?
Okay.
It appears whatever the judge issue was has been resolved, and it does not appear to affect the board state in any way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
we're fetching here.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're going to try to cast Fury.
Oh yeah, still a 1/1.
For the viewers, it was what if Dress Down is cast, does Oculus stay as a 1/1? Or does it become its full rules text and it stays a 1/1?
Yeah, that's because Ghost Vacuum makes it a 1/1 instead of its normal. Oh yeah, and Halfdan's just gonna go for the dress down here, just kill everything, which great. I think that's
Clean the board.
Yep, that seems fantastic to me.
I was so focused on one or the other, and I didn't think of both either. That's why they're playing in the finals.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is. Sure. Yep, and that's just cleaned the board, and now we've got a.
We need a removal spell for this Fury.
Yeah, you need something that can take care of it.
And Cling to Dust is not gonna be enough.
Cling to Dust will
I mean,
put-
you can live for a turn, I think.
yeah,
Do we have
because
any creatures to exile? I don't think we do.
there's Oculus, Snapcaster,
Pyroglyph?
Pyroglyph, so there's able to go up to 1 again.
Yeah. We can live, technically.
Oh, Waterlog Teachings finds swords or lightning bolt. But there's have the spell pierce.
But not the mana to use it.
Yeah, it does because
we only have Cockatrice up from Halfdan.
oh, I thought you meant eking. Yeah, no, this is one of those things where it's like you can't really be cute about it. Like you can wait until their turn, but also then they untap and they have blue mana again, and that's gonna be a losing line for eking. But I don't like she doesn't know that. Obviously,
what is she? I mean, I think you do it now when your opponent's tapped out. Regardless, it's the heads up play.
Yeah,
you don't give your opponent a chance to untap.
Mhm.
You have the option of going Path or Swords, obviously.
Mhm.
And we will have 2 mana left after this. So, are there any better cards we could be grabbing?
I mean, you can get like Path to Exile because lands don't matter here.
Yeah.
The life total does. But I mean, also like just grabbing Lightning Bolt achieves the same thing with all of this.
And leaves your unconditional still in your deck. Yeah.
Yep. Yep, and it looks like that's what she's doing here. So
Staying alive.
yeah, that is you win the game even if you're at 1 life. Yeah, Lightning Bolt. But now there's this Tamio out on the board, and it's got to flip next turn unless
you're still dealing with the Tamio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is somewhat immune to removal, though, even because of the Cockatrice.
Yeah, like this is gonna be really difficult to get rid of.
Yeah. You think we let Tamio flip at the end of E-King's turn? Or no, we're just firing it off now, it looks like, with a stock up. Notably doesn't draw the cards, so would not flip the Tamio. We are going to flip Tamio.
Yeah, this is just...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just kind of one of those things now where it's like, what, like 2, 1, 2, you've got a few turns to deal with it, which shouldn't be too bad, but Brockus can't protect it anymore, so...
Yep. And Halfdan has a grip full of cards now.
Yep. And a Wanchitong.
Baleful Strix isn't the worst draw. It's not going to do anything against Tamio, but...
No, but this is just going to get spell snared here, so that Wanchitong is still lethal.
Yep.
Which this is just game now.
Oh, yeah. Having Ragavan and Thoughtseize stuck in hand this whole time has been rough.
Yeah.
And we're owning him too.
Yeah, and that's just how it is sometimes. So now, E-King is on the play.
Yeah.
Let's see, these hands, there's an Oculus, but that's 4 lands, Shadowy, Prismatic, Oculus. That's kind of a slow hand, but you can probably do that in this matchup. That's 1 land, 7 from the Jeskai Black deck. And that hand is...
Their opener was so unkeepable with
a
Cockatrice and no other mana sources.
Yeah, I feel like
This isn't horrible,
This
but
just has
your counterspell isn't active.
your Aragorn's gonna be rough.
Yeah. But spell snare, daze, and would you go down to 5 in this matchup?
I think I would just keep 6 here, probably bottom.
Bottom the Aragorn, probably.
No, I feel like I'd bottom. This is gonna be sacrilege. I feel like I'd want to keep the pressure in hand.
I think with E-King having more and better pressure or higher quality pressure cards,
Yeah.
she's fine drawing another one.
Yeah, no, definitely. And here we see the port, and then is that a fountain port? Yeah, it's fountain port. Okay, I mean that's C's playing standard, and I mean it does its job there. So
it's one of the many cards that make Halfdan's list unique and such a huge deviation from a stock, like what most people would consider a stock Jeskai list.
Yeah, like again, I think this hovers closer to Jeskai tempo than Control.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this Shadow of Doubt though, that's gonna be the interesting one here.
Not preventing any searches right now.
That was an expressive.
It's not bad.
There's a Cling to Dust, which isn't bad either.
You can hold up Cling and Spell Snare. If you don't like anything, you can just cling a random card, draw a card.
Yep.
Try to hit your blue source for counterspell.
Yeah, I think that what'll happen here is Marsh Flat's probably getting probably just gonna be getting Triumph, I'm betting, yeah, or Elegant Parlor. Or no, just wanting to keep up the Shadow of Doubt.
Yep. Being able to get your opponent's potential third fetch land drop would be big.
Yeah. And there's a Verdant Catacombs.
Yeah.
Blue to Delta. Yeah, like this Shadow of Doubt's still decent, but it's not going to do anything here.
I mean, it'll eat a land drop, which is a great tempo play, especially when you have significantly more cards in hand.
Well, I think that this will probably eat a Spell Snare.
Passing it back.
There's a Snapcaster, which doesn't eat any, which is pretty bad into this Cling to Dust, but yeah, because Abhorn Oculus, there's Shadow of Doubt, Expressive.
Yeah. I think this might be a situation where you just play Marsh Flats and pass.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Or Archive, possibly. Because you don't really need the third mana for anything, so you could just play your tap land in hand now.
No, but Halfdan will probably want to start digging with that Expressive next turn. And also just, yeah. And I mean, we already know what's going to happen is that E-King is going to fetch. Halfdan's going to Shadow of Doubt here. Try to go for the tempo play. It's going to get Spell Snared now.
I could see an argument for hard casting Daze as well.
Yeah.
Actually, no, because there's a Marsh Flats open. Your Daze would get
Yeah, no, it's just the Daze here is just dead unless they had another 1 mana removal spell, but they don't, so. And now E-King, she's just looking for any kind of pressure, probably any kind of card draw, just something that.
I think you're somewhat happy with that, if I'm being honest. I think you're happy seeing your opponent spend a spell stare to try to eat your Shadow of Doubt.
Yeah, and I'm going to be really honest with you. If I see another fetch land, if I were Halfdan, I'd be tempted to just Fountain Port and then Snapcaster Shadow of Doubt their fetch land.
But I think the value is that going from 2 to 3 lands is so much more valuable than going from 3 to 4 that I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least like from what we've seen out of Half Dance so far, is that he likes playing the tempo game plan.
Mm-hmm.
Also, why didn't he fetch?
Probably wants to wait to see mana colors, possibly. Because you'd have to find white red here,
Yeah.
which not the end of the world, but it honestly might just be that they don't know what they need to be looking for off of Surveil yet, so they want to hold on to it. You
Yeah.
can always find the untapped source. You don't have any shortage of those, so might as well.
Mhm.
Not fetch until you absolutely need to. Keep your options open.
There's a Git probe. So now we're gonna get to see everything that Halfdan is doing.
Plage is not close to getting out of the graveyard if it goes in there for an escape.
Mhm.
So, but these blue graveyards can fill up deceptively fast. So,
Yeah, because I mean, there's Surveil, there's Fetch. That's 3 to 4.
yep.
There's a Barrel Glyph. Okay, so how? Okay, so she's gonna be able to do oof. So honestly, this is kind of backbreaking because Barrel Glyph with land that's 5, so she can keep up Counterspell
Yep.
for the pending, and even just dazing the Shadow of Doubt with the Snapcaster. So this Bergwolf is going to stick for a while. So that's going to be a lot more pressure on that Expressive to find something.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess one of the sacrifices Halfdan has made with this list is they have gone up on the red removal, which is much more conditional on damage.
Yeah.
And Barrowglyph is being one of those cards that can really punish it. Really punishes damage-based removal.
Yeah, and this is just one of those things where, wait, are they playing? Let me check out E King's list. Is she playing Steam Fence? Okay, sounds good. I've got to use the restroom anyways.
Yeah, we're going to be taking a break after this turn cycle to adjust, make sure that the live feed of the game doesn't get auto-kicked.
Yep.
Shouldn't take too long.
Wait, what just happened? Oh, that's Fountain Port. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, E King does play Steam Fence. Okay, and then are we?
And there's the auto-kick.
Yep. Okay,
And
here
we're
we
back
are.
in
We're
the
back.
game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. While we're on break, our judge, Hedwarda
Hudra.
Hudra, I am fantastic at pronouncing games, also needs to come back. And huge shout out to them for volunteering their time
Oh,
to
yeah.
judge this event.
Oh yeah, no, Hydra is fantastic. They're doing a ton for the year, and they do a ton for the server. The resident judge, the person who gets all the questions asked of them. Okay,
Yeah.
sounds good. Well, there's a prismatic vista, so
We weren't really struggling too much on lands, I don't think.
no,
But we have such a big grip of cards that I'm not sure what we'd even want from this hand, other than maybe some stack interaction.
yeah. Honestly, the biggest issue with this hand right now is the lack of red. But also, like, that's only for the flash. It's not the biggest of deals. But not going for the pending on the Goyf. That's like fine, but
It looks like we're not going to be able to pending the Goyf this turn.
no, and it looks like picked up a bloodstained, picked up a unholy heat. But
What does our graveyard look like on? We do have 2 types. We need to find a way to get a creature in there if we wanted to turn on Unholy Heat.
yeah, and like there's that Snapcaster, so the plan might be to Snapcaster flash in when the Barragork
The
attacks.
problem, yeah, that could work. You're
Yeah.
still running into Counterspell Daze, but it's not pretty.
Yeah,
Following up that if it doesn't work, you can always prismatic ending here. So you do have the 2 forms of removal.
mm-hmm.
If you go for Snapcaster Unholy Heat, it's going to get dazed here,
Yeah.
I believe.
And I just feel like... Oh, go ahead.
And then you still have to deal with Counterspell that you don't know about yet, but...
I feel like Halfdan is just waiting to unload his hand, though, because this Barragork can do some work, but, like, it's not going to be pretty, you know?
Looks like just delaying the problem a turn by just chumping with Fountain Port. I mean, I suppose you always have the option of just creating a token off Fountain Port every turn, and Barragork, while it is there as a threat, it does just get chumped every turn.
Yeah, I mean,
and
with that,
it's not a huge problem if that's the case.
Yeah, with that play there, it looks like all that happened is that went to block, sacrificed the token to Fountain Port to draw a card, which that was pretty good there. I feel like E-King might not win a game because there is an Oculus here. There is a way to turn it on. There is like that Oculus is going to get counterspell, but then E-King has to deal with Flage, has to deal with, you know, like
it looks like we were
Egress.
just going to be fishing for some more efficient removal here, maybe that doesn't require you to spend 3 mana.
There's a one ring and a dig through time. I don't think Halfdan's not fishing for an interaction. He's just filling up his yard for that Oculus, you know. Because I mean, he's not caring about a lot of it. I mean, the game plan here might just be
Would you
go ahead?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be able to shuffle 2 of these cards away with a fetch.
Yeah. I mean, I think honestly, I think that Halfdan's kind of looking towards the future because he's got a couple of turns to deal with this Barragork still with the Fountain Port activations and stuff like that. I mean, One Ring is probably, if he goes for One Ring this turn, it's just going to get blown out, but it's going to get counterspelled, which is fine. But I don't think that's the game plan here. Also, I mean, like now, what's going to happen is maybe just do like Flage. I don't really think that's going to be Flage, though. Flage with memory lapse for some reason, but she does. Oh no, Oculus with memory lapse, but it's gonna get counterspelled and then it's gonna get dazed. And that's gonna be kind of awkward because this is gonna be a free Barracoy fit then. Oh, did it resolve? Oh yeah, because fatal push. You know, I really got to start remembering cards exist, but that's on me. Yeah, because memory lapse is gonna get hit by that daze and or counterspell, whatever they prefer. And they got the tropical now for the leyline binding, so it's always gonna cast cost 1. Oh, and Halfdan just lets it die.
I think, I mean, memory lapse, it'll give you a turn, but
yeah, like at least in my head, it's kind of like
your counter magic is very limited, and you need the Barrowglyph to die.
yeah, that makes sense. Island, island, island. So that's a live Mystic Sanctuary. Dang, this is. Barragoy probably just hits first to see if you can hit anything relevant off the Mystic Sanctuary.
I think if you. Yeah. If you are Halfdan and you are trying to deal with this Barrowglyph, next turn you'll have 7 mana up. You'll be able to Prismatic Ending, and you'll have Memory Lapse, and you can flashback Memory Lapse. Oh, we're getting rid of Daze.
Just ambush Vipering that Snapcaster, which that's fine still.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there's an Aragorn. There's an opposition agent. I
think we go for Aragorn here.
Yeah, Aragorn hands down, because you're just gonna Mystic Sanctuary, put some card draw or reload spell on top, probably.
Yeah.
Or no, you've only got 1 threaten.
Yeah, it's the Aragorn on top.
Yeah. Honestly, I would just slam Aragorn here.
Yeah.
Because you've got You've got counterspell. You don't care.
Nope.
Or wait, no, you can't. Oh yeah, no, there's 3 islands still. I was like, I gotta count again.
Yeah, you need to make your land drop.
Yeah. That is a live on. No, not Unholy Heat's not live. Let's see here. I mean, I just don't really see the. See, I thought Halfdan was gonna do decent. Now I'm just looking at this and I'm like, this is looking rough. Because do we just put a counterspell back on top, or like what are we putting back on top?
Oh gosh.
Because you've got Daze, Spell Snare, Force of Will. You're putting Unholy Heat on top. Okay, that's fair. Because you've got.
You have the threats. You just, I guess, Unholy is a whatever they try to play, you can remove it.
Yeah, but like, I feel like you're only caring about like removal spells at this point because you know about the pending. You don't know about the One Ring, Memory Lapse, or Unholy Heat. But that's going to be for 8 damage. So that's a 2-turn clock. So
what Unholy Heat does for you is it does diversify what you can respond to this turn.
Well, like the thing is though, like I just don't think you care that much. Yeah, because we're just playing One Ring and then.
Which is going to try to eat Counterspell. Do you fight this? Because you now have a chance to prism. Yeah, you do. Okay.
Yeah. because instant creature land, so no delirium yet. Yeah, like that's fine either way because you've still got the monarchy, so find a land. Go to 11, go to 10. Lightning bolt is a dead, makes you dead. Next turn, the turn after this one ring. No, because you've got Flage. Okay. Why is the counterspell back? Oh, memory lapse.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, I mean, you're not killing this turn, but your opponent has effectively 3 life left.
Yeah.
Um,
And she puts Rocker and Triome in the yard.
Understandable. You don't need the lands right now.
No. Yeah, just draw a card and oh, she missed the Monarch trigger. Yes, she did.
We are in our upkeep tapping the One Ring. Or I guess
Well,
in our first main tapping the One Ring.
Yeah, I gotta just gotta do some work here. It's gonna kill Aragorn, uncounterable. Um,
You do have the option of now.
I mean, once
You do have 3 burn damage removal spells that combined you can take out a Baragoyf. Even if any one of them gets countered, you're fine.
Yeah, but like here, you're just gonna be exiling the Baragoyf, forcing the counterspell.
Yep.
And I feel like now you're just gonna is creature instant sorcery land. Yeah, and you've got Delirium for the Unholy, so you Unholy Heat and then Blaze Chain Lightning, Aragorn.
Or do you just hold up the Igonjo?
Or you just hold the Igonjo because I'm
Because your opponent's not your opponent's not attacking.
Yeah, no, you're just I just keep on forgetting Igonjo exists in this hand right now. Um Oh, and they just let the Bearwolf go. Okay. Yeah, because probably just makes more sense to keep the counterspell up for another threat, keep the monarchy alive as long as possible. Yeah, and then just keep your hand up and just keep on doing whatever you gotta do. This is the fun part of the mirror.
The fun part where you're no creatures on board.
Wait, why didn't we cling to dust in response to the unholy heat?
Might just be a timing thing, and they didn't see it at the time.
That's fair.
We are an hour and 13 into this match, so
Yeah. Oh, there's a Lorien reveal. That's not bad. Yeah, because you can keep up Counterspell and Unholy Heat now, so
Yeah.
oof, that is a Snapcaster. No, there's the fish token, but you just Unholy Heat that thing and just keep on going about your day.
Yep. At some point, this Wan Shi Tong could get extremely large.
This Wan Shi Tong is just. I don't see this Wan Shi Tong resolving, if I'm being honest with you, Ryan. I think what's going to happen is that Unholy Heat the fish, and then you just counterspell the Wan Shi Tong, and you just let your opponent keep on doing their thing. But there's still the inevitability of Flays. You've got a Tamio hanging out here. But again, like Tamio doesn't really do much when there's a Snapcaster Unholy Heat, so that's kind of taken care of.
Yeah. The big issue with Flage is you know that your opponent has an Unholy Heat and a Cling to Dust. This
Yeah.
Flage might be able to resolve, but it's
Yeah.
either getting like the moment it resolves and you've escaped it, you've invested the 7 or 8 mana to escape it.
Yeah.
Your opponent just Unholy Heats and then clings it.
Yeah.
I guess
and,
Unholy Heat just got used, so we don't have that to worry
Mhm.
about anymore. But
Oh, and Halfdan's gonna try and flip this Tamio, it looks like. But that's not happening.
they're thinking about it. They would have to use Counterspell.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that is just well, can they well, they had Fiery Islet, so they could Snapcaster Unholy Heat again, but you got that? Okay. No, they already used Fiery Islet, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Oh no, Fire Islet's sitting there. You can draw with it.
Well, no, I mean, they can't Snapcaster Unholy Heat, so
Yeah. Not this turn.
well,
Unfortunately, they don't have enough mana to cast and escape Flage. They need another red source. Have they used their land drop yet?
no, I don't think so.
Okay.
That's a lot. That's a lot of interaction. So, do you just like slam that console to start jars, kick it?
I
No.
think you might slam the Flage. You need to gain life to cushion yourself against this One Ring.
Yeah.
And you have a good opportunity here to resolve it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because this One Ring is going to kill Halfdan if he does not start gaining life. Yeah, Ganjo is gone.
We are not going to be able to escape the Flage this turn.
wait,
no,
no.
we are.
Yeah, no, we've got the red, white.
Yep. I miscounted my mana sources. For whatever reason, I thought we needed double red twice.
No, that's cool. And I mean, Halfdan has his turn Scolding plus Force or that Snapcaster. But also, there's a
your forces might end up being used against the Cling to Dust if they try to escape it.
Well, I don't think that
so Snap Unholy Heat would use 3 mana. You're going to have to spend 4 on escaping Cling, which will leave you with 1 mana floating.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this here. Sleight of Hand, yeah,
they're going to have a land drop per turn, but now that they've used Sleight of Hand, they're back down to not being able to pay 2 mana for a counter spell.
Well, I mean, they could always just also keep up Odawara.
Fair.
At least in my head, the idea here is that this is a battle over the monarchy. Like the one, like if E-King loses the monarchy, she's probably losing the game. She doesn't have a great way of getting it back. Like,
worth noting, if Flage hits, E-King is dead
yep.
with that chain lightning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like the Odawara for the Flage is gonna be the key here, I feel like. Like, yeah, we can do Snapcaster Unholy Heat here, but also like Snapcaster then gets just obliterated, but maybe that's not what maybe we're just gonna be consulting or Wanchitaning, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like yeah, we're gonna Snapcaster and we're gonna see that Stern Scolding get used up, I bet. Yep. And then are we gonna Mana Leak it in response?
I mean, I think you have to.
Yeah. Oh, and there's gonna be a Force of Negation now, though. That's the other thing.
Yep.
Pitching Wanchitong. Yep, because that's gonna be lethal next turn. I think that Halfdan's got it.
Yeah, it looks like
Because-
we're not going to see a game 3 out of this.
Or has yeah, because E-King can't play an untapped land and just dead to the Flage plus Chain Lightning. I think that their out is gonna be Crack Islet, try to hope you find Path of Swords.
Yeah. Well, they don't know that they're 100% dead. They only know that they're going to 9.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but like
and
the thing,
if they crack Islet, they go to 9 and make themselves dead to just Flage.
you don't take
They don't know
damage
about
off,
the chain lightning.
You
Or
don't
right, yeah,
take-
no, for mana. Yeah.
you don't take damage off the Islet for cracking it to draw a card.
Yeah.
But the Terminus is in hand also.
We drew off something.
Monarchy.
Monarchy, yeah.
Yeah, and you find a Fiery Islet, but if it's a counterspell, it's just game over. Did Halfdan have a Halfdan drawn yet? No,
Yeah.
so. There's an elegant
there's
Prowler,
the Parler.
but now you're just gonna draw 4 off the One Ring.
Probably.
You just find anything and everything you could ever want in life. Yeah, there's an invert polarity, so yeah. So it looks
You're
like
happy with that.
oh yeah, it's gonna be Jeskai Tempo, Jeskai Control versus Blue Black Tempo. Oh, and Halfdan's just gonna go for the Wasteland, probably on yeah, white. Yeah, that's just
Load of white, move to combat.
yeah.
It goes away.
Is E-King gonna crack
Or
it
float
though?
blue. We did float a blue
Oh,
pre-combat.
floated a blue. Okay. Yeah, that's just
Which at this point we don't have the white source.
mhm.
I wonder if we were supposed to crack Islet and hope for a Path or Swords.
We were, but like
Yeah,
Yep.
no, there's the Chain Lightning. Lethal.
and I'm gonna be honest with you, that game ended a lot sooner than I thought it was gonna end.
Once
I
the One
thought-
Ring's involved, it puts a lot of pressure on someone to end it.
Mhm. Yeah, just E-King had some good draws, but just could not beat out the One Ring or just got unlucky. Okay, well. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, and now we're just going to take an 8-minute break before the grand finals of Jeskai versus Blue Black Tempo, Halfdan versus Parrot Robar. Okay, and we're back again for the grand finals of the Cockatrice year-end async. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Ryan. I thought Jeskai Black was gonna get there. And I also thought Jund was gonna do a little bit better, but also I should not have doubted Parrot.
I think one of the more telling things about the matchup so far is that only out of the 5 games that have been played, only one of them has gone against play draw.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, play draw has been very important for both Halfdan and Pero, getting them game 1 and just setting up in a spot to succeed the rest of the games.
Yeah.
As Pero was the number 1 seed out of the asyncs, Pero will be on the play for the finals.
Okay. Yeah, and
yeah.
Now we're gonna get to see Moxon and Psychic Frog versus Ancestral Recall. I would say I think the moment from these games that stands out to me the most so far was Halfdan versus E-King, where Halfdan just rips Abhorrent Oculus and Ancestral Recall. I'm like that sealed game 1 against E-King. And I'm trying to think about for Parrot, because I feel like for his games it's just the mold of 5 and he just was able to pull ahead. But now we're going to be seeing Jeskai Control versus Dimir Tempo. I think that traditionally speaking, Tempo is going to try and get under Jeskai, and Jeskai just has to try and not let that happen.
Yeah, I think Halfdan's in a very similar position, where you are it's another pair of control decks where you're going into a very similar mirror. Could be a bit mentally taxing, but
yeah. But the big thing here, though, I think is one, we were talking about the Black's shallow removal, but also for Halfdan's Jeskai list, he's playing both Red Blasts. He is playing. The bobble doesn't matter. He's playing the One Ring here. He does play Pyrokinesis, which could be a big deal. He just plays a lot more of the low to the ground, creature removal cards that play to the board.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just saw a very similar matchup, so I'm expecting this to be a very tight battle with 2 very similar decks.
Yeah.
And I think the players they're still setting up the Cockatrice right now, so game is ready, so I think we'll be jumping in here.
Heck yeah, we will.
Yeah, no, I'm expecting, again, the red removal suite is going to be a little bit better into this threat suite. There's it's a lot. You're facing into a lot better creatures for that red removal. Like the Malcolms and the smaller tempo threats are more easy to hit off them.
Yeah, because I feel like if we look at Parrot's list, we'll see that there's a handful of X1s. Which I can take a peek at my handy dandy spreadsheet.
Yeah, there's a few X1s. Big card in this matchup, I think, is going to be True Name Nemesis.
Yeah.
If True Name can resolve, that could be a huge deadlock breaker. And we have opening hands. Pero looks like they have a fairly keepable 7, which they're going to keep and open with a Hedge Maze.
Yeah, both players keeping 7. I think that they're both fine hands. I think that Halfdan's got the Fire Ice, so I bet you're probably going to be seeing a tempo play out of that. Also, Galvanic Discharge. I bet you they're keeping it looks like they're keeping the Galvanic Discharge, assuming there's going to be a 2-drop. But there's a there's a Thoughtseize. So, I mean, what do you even, if you were,
I think you just do nothing.
yeah, I mean, there's not really much. Yeah, well, I think that what's going to happen here is that Parrot will pass, and then Halfday's
Yep.
just going to play a Tundra pass.
Yeah, we're going to cleanup and passing back.
Mhm.
I mean, so much of blue matchups ends up being who blinks first.
Yep.
Kaido could be a disgusting threat here, but could end up with some big value off of Baleful Strix's Snapcaster into Kaido.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I figured was that upkeep. They're just going to try and tap a land, so.
Yeah.
Which that's fine. I don't think it matters that much, but.
I think here, if you're Pero, you're not interested in casting Kaido for its hard cast cost.
No. And I mean,
I
just
think you really want to be getting your Snapcaster bounced somehow.
Well, like what's happening here is that this is a tempo play, the tempo play versus the tempo deck. I think the Parrot recognizes that this is a net neutral play for Halfdan. So I don't think there's much of a reason to do anything with it.
Yep.
You know, like he's not going to waste a card to deny a card. That's going to put him down. But now we're seeing that Halfdan's drawing his land, so he's set up for a little while. So he's probably going to get. I mean, honestly, what I can see happening, Halfdan just does dress down end of turn to get a Flasion, but also like that doesn't seem like the best thing to do either.
Yeah, the Flage seems. I think you want value out of your Flage.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could just pass it back again. I mean, you're not losing ground by just passing if no one's doing anything yet.
Yeah, no, there's no rush here to do anything. No rush to overextend. And there is the third land. So
we're both on 3. You could try to Thoughtseize here, but you might want to do that on a more impactful turn where you're properly Thoughtseizing out like a piece of interaction to try to force through a spell through counter magic, maybe.
yeah, but I also feel like there's just is this gonna it's gonna eat a dress down, so
Pretty valid. This does allow Pero will be able to next turn Kaido back their Baleful Strix if they want to.
yeah, because
Assuming it doesn't get flaged. Being that you do have 4 pieces of removal in hand. I don't hate just burning Flage here just to maybe start getting it in the yard.
I mean, honestly though, yeah, like you can just Flage it. You have Galvanic Discharge. Like, there's no like sense of urgency here.
Yeah, it is also still a 1/1.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like they are binning an Aven Mind Sensor off of the Thundering Falls.
Which totally fine.
Yeah. Both players have gotten their fetches already, and it's one of those combo tech cards that kind of works, but you don't need it here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, also just being a flash threat. Like, again, like, Ambush Viper is not terrible. It's like probably not. It's not the best card, obviously, but if you've got an Ambush Viper, that's not the worst thing you could be doing here. Yeah, and it's just kind
of being another flash threat could be big.
Yeah, because everybody's just kind of vying for
We're gonna get the flashed in Kaido.
Yeah. Which, I mean,
We can pyrokinesis it here if we want to. It is still a creature at this point.
cannot, because I think it has hexproof.
Right.
Yes, I mean, maybe just.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe did Surveil 2 draw, right?
Yeah. Hmm. Hand sculpting with
Brain Surge, yeah.
Brain Surge feels good.
Well,
Red Elemental Blast solves that problem if you want
yeah,
to.
that.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, we are Kaidoing 0 with that on the stack. The Brain Surge has been fired off.
Okay. Yeah, so Red Blast just solves the Kaido issue, which.
Red Blast being a very valuable card in the matchup, but
Yeah.
we're putting away a Plains and an Ashiok on top, which will most likely be shuffled with a Windswept Teeth here. End of turn.
Yeah, and this Windswept Teeth might just get like Meticulous Archive.
I think Meticulous Archive is probably the safest bet here.
Yeah.
Fixes double white, gives you an extra card deep. You don't need the mana right now, but
Yeah.
we will be needing to discard hand size at the end of our next turn if we don't play things out. We will be at 9 cards after draw step from Halfdan.
Yeah, but I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that, truthfully.
I don't think so either. We're gonna be spending cards. At minimum, a land and
Yeah, like honestly, just Red Blast this thing. You've got to do Sorcerer Speed.
yep.
And then you've got Forceful Remand, Snapcaster, Dig Through Time. This is a stacked hand.
You could dig here. I kind of like just passing though. You only have 2 blue mana up, so I don't like saying I don't need remand.
Yeah. There's just Sauron's Ransom. That's a fun card. But so we're thought seizing here. That makes sense. You could remand it, protect your hand. But does that even matter? I mean, yeah, kind of, I guess. Protects your dig through time. But I think Halfdan's just going cool.
You're gonna look at that hand and say there's so much there.
Yeah.
Now they have to choose between: do they want to get rid of force? Do they want remand?
I think you just get rid of the dig through time.
Yeah, just the refill. There's a
Yeah.
Snapcaster there too, so anything that you Thoughtseize away, they will be able to just Snapcaster back if it's an instant or sorcery.
Yeah, but
With the exception of Dig. Dig, you do not get to pay the delve for the flashback, correct?
no, you can still delve it.
Or no, is the Force of Will alternate cost that you can't pay from the graveyard?
It's the forcible alternate cost. Because
Same with Pyrokinesis, I believe.
yeah, because you're casting the card for its mana cost. And the alternate cost really isn't an option there. But yeah, I think you just take the dig through time. Can't be Snapcastered back yet.
Yeah, we're lacking blue or triple blue for it.
Yeah, which I thought was kind of weird that Halfdan didn't go for the Meticulous, but I mean it's whatever.
What they might have been doing is they might have been going for holding up Galvanic plus some like maybe a Flage or something.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, and Parrot took the Snapcaster, which totally reasonable as well because he's got the loose focus. Lose focus and yeah.
Snapcaster is just the most versatile card in the list.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see them just tap out and turn for dig.
Yeah, I think that this
Try
is
to
going to
keep
be
the graveyard as well stocked as possible.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to see lose focus on this probably, and then yeah, just replicate it because the force will doesn't matter then. Oh, there's a recall. Okay.
You're still really low on blue cards and blue mana, so I think we're hoping to hit some blue mana here.
This is just, I mean, I can't be upset about. Oh, he had to make
Well,
sure.
you can't be upset.
Yeah, he had to make sure that Parrot knew that he was targeting himself with recall.
Yeah.
I think the only time I've ever cast recall not targeting me was when my opponent did a Doomsday Pile, but yeah, because I mean, like,
We're being really restricted here by the lack of blue mana.
yeah. What is Half Dan going for? Just
Looks like we're
Flage?
just putting Flage in the yard to prepare to escape it next turn.
Yeah.
You do get to keep up Spell Snare.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I just don't think that. Oh well, that's fine. I just don't think that Parrot cares about this Flage right now, just because he's got the snuff out. Yeah.
Half Dan's almost had enough cards in hand though that he can just escape it again.
Yeah. Oh, he's just doing Riddler, so that's more than fair.
Yeah.
I was kind of wondering if he'd keep up the Bowmasters, but oh no, he can't because there's no black. Because I need to learn to read the board. There's an Emperor of Bones. That's a pretty good draw, you know. I unfortunately don't think that's gonna survive though. Oh yeah, there's just like
Well, what you could do is you could snuff out the Emperor or the Flage and get your own Flage with Emperor.
well, yeah, but like so.
Assuming your opponent has no interaction, which is not going to be the case here, but
Yeah, no, because like what's gonna happen here is that,
we're now at Force Subtlety.
yeah, force and subtleties. Like he's got to fight through 2 pieces of free interaction plus a pyrokinesis. Like I don't. That Emperor's not sticking.
That's 3 pieces of free interaction.
Yeah, like this Flage is gonna be here to stay for a while.
Yeah, I think that Shadow of Doubt is sitting on the exile list of Force of Will Subtlety side right now.
Yeah, this Shadow of Doubt is like, what is my purpose to get exiled? And like, I'll be honest with you, if I saw my opponent casting a Ponder and knowing, like, seeing my hand, that like either it means they have nothing, and I would just full send it, or like, I'd be like, okay, so what's going on here, right? But I feel like also what might end up happening is that we're gonna see a Snuff on Flage end of turn, and then like that's gonna get force willed, and then you'll probably
I think you can let Flage get snuffed out, I think, personally.
Yeah.
You don't care about the inevitability. Like, you have the inevitability here. I think you can just keep escaping a Flage if you want to.
Yeah.
You can save your Force of Will for a more impactful card.
Yeah. And
yeah, they're going to let Flage die to the snuff out.
yeah.
Pero is holding up Snappy, so we do have access to our graveyard at this point with Fairy Mastermind and Bowmasters as a possible flash in.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, we're gonna try to draw a card 2 off Fairy Mastermind. And it's going to need a discharge to prevent the resource recovery off of Barrow.
Yep.
Helps with, I think Flage will be able to escape itself next turn. Again. The escape cost is 5, I believe, still.
It's gonna be red, red, white, white.
Yep.
And then escape 5, yeah. I mean, yeah, that seems pretty freaking good here. So that Remain's gonna be doing a lot of stuff.
It sure is.
Yeah, no, I feel like you're just holding on to this.
The Mystic Sank is, I believe, yeah, it's returning something to the top.
They put recall on top.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I think
And they're just using Shadow Doubt to draw a card. Attempt to draw a recall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Pero is fetching.
Yep. Yeah, because Parrot's doing the Orcish Bowmasters here in response to the draw, so that if okay, well, there's that Remand back in the hand. Draw the recall, draw a new card. There's a preordain. I think that here you've got to just slam the Emperor.
Your
But
opponent
Parrot's,
is tapped out.
yeah, because I mean,
Yeah, this is the best time to slam an Emperor.
yeah, because like any reasonable person would see, my opponent's tapped out. There's absolutely no way that, you know, they have double interaction, but also like
The issue being you still have not gotten a second black source.
Yep.
And you needed that fetch to get you that black source.
Yep. This is probably going to eat Force of Will or Subtlety, try and make it a dead draw, I'm guessing. Or no, just...
I don't mind letting it resolve and trying to Pyrokinesis it when or if it's activated.
Well,
I guess you don't have the red card in hand to pitch Pyro.
Yeah, Halfdan doesn't have the red card, so he's got to counterspell this.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's just...
I think we're opening with recall.
Yeah, like, I don't see why you wouldn't. You've got counterspell backup. Your opponent's almost tapped out entirely. Like,
yeah.
Yeah,
and we're going to
game 2. Yeah, that was just rough, because as soon as that recall happened, like, that was... Okay, and then this hand, like, again, like, I don't hate just keeping these sevens. You're on the draw.
As a deck, I believe these blue control piles are some of the decks that both can use sevens really well and want to keep sevens as often as possible.
Well, it's also like you're facing off against a Thoughtseize deck on the draw. Like you don't usually want to mulligan down super hard or super aggressively.
Mm-hmm.
And again, just one of those things where, yeah,
Afghan going in the tank and deciding to play the tap land to surveil instead of keeping up Spell Pierce Oust.
I think that's reasonable. Like,
I guess you have 5 lands already in your hand after your first draw, so you need a non-land. You want action.
Yeah, because like we're just gonna see this Malcolm being held up, being protected by a Spell Pierce now. So because is Oust even? Oust is a oh god, I forget.
Oust is a removal spell.
Well, yeah, I was.
It's a tempo play. Yeah.
Well, it's a sorcery.
Yeah,
that's what I was trying to think about.
By the way, we see that Fire Nation occupation from the
Jund game.
Yeah, from the Jund game.
Yeah, I just don't think that.
I don't know if we're going to be able to land it.
No, I don't think you're going to try and land it against the control deck with 2 open mana.
No.
Even though it's not blue, like you don't want to.
Yeah, you wait a turn because you can get Spell Pierce backup on it if you want it.
Yeah, I think here you just discard. Oh, discard Water Grave, keep up. Yeah. Ooh, because why would you play the swamp? At least in my head, if you kept the there's the Crocus, so yeah, Halfdan doesn't care about this. This is looking a little bit rough. Yeah, Crocus that back to hand, and then you can perma keep him off 1 extra mana, but
we are gonna go for the Fire Nation, which
Spell Pierce
is gonna get Spell Pierce. We're gonna try to Spell Pierce the Spell Pierce, so it's gonna get Mental Misstepped.
Yep.
Which is real rough.
Yeah, that's super rough.
You have to try it though. If the Fire Nation lands, that might have been game.
Yeah, no, that would have been an insane play. But now you've got Halfdan doesn't have any permission now, but he's got the Crocus for the legendary threat, which is kind of what. Oh, Force of Negation. That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he knows Malcolm's never going to do anything. So your opponent hasn't played a land yet, so you don't think they've played a land. You don't think they've got to land. So okay, River of Tears. I have not seen this card in a hot minute, but I like the art. Is sick. Yeah, blue-black land now. Just Snapcaster. Oh, for the misstep. Okay. I feel like Parrot just.
Halfdan is really trying to tempo out Pero right now.
Yeah, like this is what I mean is that Halfdan's playing Jeskai tempo, I feel like. It's got the control. It's like that. It's like where the deck was like a few months ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now we're just going to see that. Not exactly the draw you want to see happen.
They're both sitting with a counter spell in hand, mana, more than enough to do with it.
Yeah, but
Halfdan is up 2 removal spells, which are going to be rough to fight, and another land brick off Pero is rough.
Yeah. Well, like thing here though is that lose focus is there's a console. That's rough. That lose focus is insane right now. Like, because it's going to be 1 for 1, and this just that lose focus just as uncounterable.
Yeah,
it's not looking good for Parrot. I feel like all the haters who said Jeskai is dead are wrong. I don't think Jeskai's dead, unfortunately. Well, fortunately, because
tales of Jeskai's death have been greatly exaggerated.
Yep. The Jeskai threat is dead. Long live Jeskai.
That being said, this is a very unique take on Jeskai. This is very much a tempo oriented deck that has been.
Yeah, and like this is the thing, right? That like
That being said, this game isn't over yet.
Yeah,
we still have time here. Like,
yeah, and like Jeskai is like one of those decks where you can play most variations of it, and the core of it will be good enough.
Yeah.
Like
let's not disrespect Pero here. We saw them in that Jund match. We thought they were dead in that third game as well, and they pulled that one back masterfully.
Yeah, and I mean, there's that
like
fountain
one
port.
good draw. Like if one good draw here could be all that they need.
Yeah, like I mean, Ghost Vacuum's pretty good here. Like Ghost Vacuum's the inevitability threat.
Yep.
It gets back their Snapcaster. Does it? Or somebody is Snapcaster gone? No,
Snapcaster is
on the field. I can't.
Exiled.
Yeah, I just can't.
The Death Right's been exiled.
Yeah, Death Right was exiled. So
yeah, and it's gonna eat a lose focus for. Or no, we're just gonna make a fish token.
Okay.
Off Fountain Port. Ghost Vacuum is gonna hit.
Yeah, like this is just one of those games where there's a 3-turn clock, has to be two pieces of interaction. There's a Harbinger that's not going to resolve though.
Absolutely not. You cannot let that resolve. I guess you could let it resolve and just cast Oust on it just to like float a white in response and just oust it.
Yeah. I mean, like,
but it's not the safe option. Just countering it straight out is the safe option.
Oust is also a sorcery, so that doesn't work.
Oh, right. This is why I'm not the reader.
I can't read either. I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, no, I think this is just.
Keep thinking Oust's swords or path.
Yeah. Well, like what's gonna happen here is that Parrot's gonna do.
We're gonna hit for 4. End of turn. We're gonna hit for 5. We're gonna make another one and hit for 5.
Yeah. I mean, there's lethal on board. There's a chain lightning. So, like, I think that Half Dan is our Cockatrice Async winner for 2025.
We could get out Harbinger. Yeah, Get Probe is going to have to be hardcast here.
Yeah, Get Probe. It's just, I think it's going to get a concede. Yep, there's a Dark Slick.
Yep.
And Half Dan wins the grand finals. So Jeskai wins the Cockatrice Async 2-0 against Blue-Black Tempo. That was a rough game.
Half Dan 2-0ing both of their matchups.
Yep.
Into a brutal gauntlet of Jeskai Black and Blue-Black Tempo.
Yeah, like, I mean, I was kind of looking at That's okay. I was going to say that they have won, and then let's see, what do we got? Is there anything else we need to be doing after those games? Because, like, I mean,
yeah, I guess look forward. Yeah, looking forward to next week is going to be the webcam finals, being hosted by Jaron Trent.
Mm-hmm. Of LJT MTG.
Yep.
And yeah,
again, another big shout out to Hudra on our judge today, donating their time, and all the event organizers.
Yeah, shout out to all the players. Shout out to the Canadian Highlander Discord for posting all of these great events. Shout out to Sai and Goif and everybody else that's been helping organize it right.
Our brand newly minted counselor, Sai.
Oh, yeah. And if you guys decided you liked us, you couldn't get enough of us for some unknown reason, Ryan and I do have a podcast that we try to do monthly, you know.
Big emphasis on try.
Try, yeah. The Canlander Tournament Prep podcast. You can find us on Spotify, on YouTube, at CHL Tourney Prep. You can find us on X or Blue Sky under CHL Tourney Prep as well. And And yeah, follow us, and we have content. We've got a few episodes out already. Well, I don't got nothing. Yeah. Thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you next year.